Hey everyone, I'm currently installing a Devil's Own water injection, alcohol injection system on my 2000 Ford Lightning SVT. Thought I would run through a couple basics with you how the kit works. It's a really well put together kit. I like it. It's by far the cheapest kit I've found on the market as far as price goes, but the quality is still really, really good. Um, this is the basic standard kit. And I have the high boost pressure switch to have the boost activate the water injection system at 6 psi currently. Um, I've got all my connections soldered except one. The only connection that I do not have soldered is that connection right there. And all it is it's going to run an LED in the cab to let me know when the methanol injection system comes on. It's not going to let me know if the system's actually flowing, but it will let me know that the pressure switch is seeing enough boost to kick a power supply over to the pump to kick the pump on. So I've got everything mounted. It looks really sloppy right now. Just wanted to get all the wires run and laid to make sure I've got everything, all my connections good, and just testing it out to see if it works. I've mounted the nozzle in my CNL intake. I actually like the spot that I've mounted it because you cannot tell that this truck right now currently has a water injection system on it. Everything looks stock. I'm going to hide all the wires. But I will show you where I've tapped into mount the jet. Let's see if I can get this light to work. The jet's right there. It's tapped into the bottom of this plume. Let me see if I can get a shot of the check valve in the 90. There we go. That's a pretty good shot. So basically, everything behind the check valve holds a pressure of 20 psi. When that check valve sees a pressure greater than 20 psi, it injects into the intake. What the hell that was? Well, whatever. Anyways, I've tested it out. It does work. I'm going to show you guys how quick it is in the atomization of the water here in just a minute. But I wanted to go over the kit with you a little bit more and explain how it does work. I've built my own water injection systems in the past on a Eagle Talon, and I used a solenoid. Basically, the pump would keep a set amount of pressure behind the solenoid. Then you use a pressure switch. I used a Hobbs that I got from Napa, basically to turn off and on the solenoid to inject water into the system, or methanol, whatever you prefer. However, it's just one more thing in the system that you're going to have to worry about if you do have a failure. This system just uses a check valve, which is really nice, and I actually like how the system's set up. I wouldn't have thought of that, and it actually makes a lot of sense when you do get to thinking about it. Basically, the pressure switch is sending a signal to the 12-volt pump. When it sees the designated amount of boost that you've chosen, it turns the pump on. As soon as the check valve sees anything greater than 20 psi, it injects your methanol or water. Actually not mounted. Hold on, I gotta go under this wire. Oh, sorry about that. I actually tapped into my stock washer tank. So it's a very clean install. You cannot tell when you're looking at it by glancing at it that there is any type of water injection system on this truck. But right behind I don't know if I can get this light down. There we go. There is the 250 psi 12 volt Devil's Own pump. I need to hide all the wires, everything, but I've tapped into the bottom of the pump with the supplied tap that they have, which works really nice. It's really easy to use, and that's pretty much that. There's also my oil separator and catch can that I installed yesterday or the day before. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video for a second, get everything set up, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it injects. Actually, I've ran the wire really quickly for the water injection system underneath this radiator hose and around. This is just a mock-up just to get a length set for the hose, because I do not want this water injection hose resting against the radiator hose, because it actually will make the temperature of the water in the water injection hose hotter. So no need for that. So I'm going to reroute it a little bit differently, or I might actually have a way to hold it off the hose a little bit more so they don't touch, so the heat doesn't transfer. But you can kind of see through there where the check valve's at again. And that's it. So be back with you in just a second. Alright everybody, I've got the system armed and the truck is in, the ignition is set to on, and I'm going to trip the pressure switch to show you what the injection looks like. To be able to trip the injection switch, it's actually really simple. If you look, it's hard to do while I hold the camera in, so sorry about the shakiness here. Alright, let's see if I can get a better shot. There we go, there's a white, let's see if I can get my screwdriver in there. There's a white switch right there. Basically, when the designated amount of pressure or boost is reached in this cylinder, it pushes up a plunger that makes contact with that white switch right there, and that activates the system to inject. So I'm going to try and hold my camera. hold this switch and do this at the same time so you guys get a shot of what it looks like when it injects. I'm running Peak windshield wiper fluid from Walmart, which is a 50-50 water and methanol mix, which is actually perfect. So let's see if I get this to go. There you go. That is a 10 gallon per hour nozzle. The kit also came with a 14 gallon per hour nozzle. I'm running the 10 right now until I can data log and get some tuning done on the dyno, see what my numbers are. But when the water system comes on, it is amazing how the acceleration of the truck just smooths out and just runs so much better. It accelerates smoother and cleaner, and I don't have any bucking or white smoke out of the tailpipe, making me think that I've got too much water. The truck doesn't bog at all. It actually loves when the alcohol comes on, and you can just feel the engine smooth out. So plus it's going to keep my intake track really clean. I pulled the intercooler, cleaned it. It was nasty, and installed the oil separator that you guys saw just a minute ago, and that's hopefully going to help keep my intake or my intercooler and intake track really clean. So that's that. If you guys have any questions about it, I will post up my data log numbers as soon as I get those done and my dyno results as soon as I get those done. But this is going to be probably running about 16 pounds of boost, and have a good one. Okay, everybody, the install's complete on the water injection system. All the wires have been hidden. The wiring harness has been hidden. And I installed a ultra bright blue LED in the cab of the truck to let me know when the water injection system is running and on and pumping. The only thing that I left kind of visible is the pressure switch. It's located right in the corner of off the firewall back there. That will allow me to adjust it easily if need be, but you shouldn't have to adjust it too often, so it can easily be taken down from there and just laid down by the side down here. Just to show you guys how I ran the hoses, reset the focus. The relay for the system is right up there. It triggers uses the ignition and then a 12-volt source to send a signal to the pump from the pressure switch. The hoses, and then I ran all the wires in this grommet here, or this shielding here back here. It goes all the way back and it tucks back behind the supercharger against the firewall. And I teed into my stock boost gauge. I don't know if you can see. Well, yeah, you can't really see it. I hit it pretty well. But basically this rubber hose here is just running into the pressure switch, the bottom of the pressure switch, which is down back there in the corner. That's my boost source for the pressure switch. That's pretty much it. Tomorrow, it's pouring rain outside right now, so I was going to go and drive it around a little bit and show you guys the LED, but I will go ahead and do that tomorrow. But everything's hidden, tucked away. Can't even tell there's a water injection system on this truck. See you guys.